Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are looking at how massive regional shifts actually happen from the ground up. We're going to break down a pretty powerful blueprint that is literally reshaping an entire economic sector. It's called BAFTI, the Bangsamoro Framework for Agricultural and Fisheries Transformation. Let's unpack exactly how all its moving parts fit together to create some truly lasting change.
Okay, let's dive into this foundational blueprint. These official identities, anchoring the initiative, the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, and Agrarian Reform, or MAFAR, right alongside BAFTI, well, they aren't just symbols. They represent a deeply unified institutional commitment to modernizing the region's agricultural landscape. Whenever you see these two together, you are looking at the engine driving this whole transformation.
Now, to really wrap your head around the massive scope of this framework, you literally just need to remember one number: 8. The entire BAFTI framework operates on exactly 8 key result areas, or KRAs. Think of these as the 8 load-bearing pillars of a giant, complex structure. Every single policy, training program, and budget allocation traces right back to one of these 8 areas.
But instead of just giving you a dry list, we're going to group these technical areas into a logical ecosystem. Here's our roadmap. First up, the vision of BAFTI. Then, empowering the people, innovating systems and standards, halal and Islamic financing, building market partnerships, and finally, how it all forms an integrated ecosystem.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the vision of BAFTI, our blueprint for transformation. Because, before you can build anything, you need to know exactly what you are building towards.
The core mandate of the Institute is crystal clear: fulfilling the agricultural and fisheries transformation in the Bangsamoro region. And it does this not through vague promises, but through highly specific, targeted goals. Every single KRA we are about to explore is a deliberate building block, specifically designed to fulfill this massive regional mandate. Which naturally brings us to Section 2, empowering the people, where we focus on investing in human capital and extension. This structural pillar encompasses KRAs 1, 2, and 7, because ultimately, transformation doesn't just happen on paper, right? It happens through people.
Now, what's really interesting here is how KRA 1 focuses entirely on building skills through structured education. Look at Goal A, spearheading highly technical training in short courses. They aren't just giving basic overviews, they are seriously upgrading the technical capacity of the workforce. And Goal C ensures this effort isn't scattered. By preparing an integrated plan for all publicly funded training, BAFTI ensures that every single peso spent on education pushes the region in the exact same strategic direction.
But hey, training in a classroom just isn't enough. KRA 2 takes that knowledge straight to the field through extension support. Goal B formulates the Agriculture and Fisheries Extension, or AFE, agenda and budget. Goal E loops in local government units, state universities and colleges, and NGOs to create this massive support network. They are providing comprehensive support to all extension workers under Goal G, and actively transferring developed technologies in Goal F. Finally, Goal J expands actual physical learning sites. This guarantees farmers and fisherfolk get reliable, top-tier help directly on the ground, exactly where they need it most.
To support all these folks out in the field, this people pillar absolutely requires internal strength at the institutional level too. That's where KRA 7 steps in. Specifically, Goal P dictates the development of a competent, adaptive, and future-ready BAFTI workforce. The Institute recognizes that, to transform the region, its own internal governance has to be razor-sharp and totally prepared for future challenges.
So now that we have an empowered, capable workforce, they need a framework of rules, standards, and innovations to operate within. That takes us to Section 3, innovating systems and standards, focusing on knowledge and quality assurance through KRAs 3 and 4.
KRA 3 is all about knowledge management and innovation, and honestly, it strikes a fascinating balance. Goal K pushes for cutting-edge innovation and diversification, but Goal L ensures this is done safely by widely disseminating agricultural and fishery protection regulations. Perhaps most importantly, Goal M institutionalizes training systems that are not only science-based but also culturally responsive. It's about modernizing, yes, but while deeply respecting and integrating the unique cultural context of the Bangsamoro region.
Of course, with new technologies comes the need for strict quality control, and that's provided by KRA 4 through accreditation standards. Goal D acts as the rulebook, formulating guidelines for planning and monitoring these extensions in tight coordination with MAFAR. Furthermore, Goal H establishes a formal accreditation system for any private entities wanting to provide extension services. This means farmers aren't just getting advice from anyone who shows up, they are getting vetted, quality-assured expertise.
This brings us to Section 4, Halal and Islamic Financing, focusing on enterprise and cooperative development. This is dedicated entirely to KRA 5, and it's arguably the standout, culturally specific feature of the entire framework.
Let's look really closely at Goal N. So, the crucial point here is that halal compliance isn't just an afterthought or a final stamp slapped on a product. No way. BAFTI mandates the promotion of halal-compliant systems across the entire agricultural value chain. That means from the very moment a seed is planted or a fish is caught, through the processing and handling stages, all the way to final certification, the whole shebang is designed to be fully halal-compliant.
And right alongside those halal systems, GAL tackles the financial side. It brilliantly links access to Islamic financing directly with the support of commodity-based enterprises and inclusive growth for local cooperatives. Islamic financing actually fuels these enterprises, ensuring that regional growth is robust, highly inclusive, and totally aligned with the community's core values.
Okay, so we have the people, the standards, and the specialized financial systems. How do we hold this all together and ensure it connects with the outside world? That is Section 5, Building Market Partnerships. Think of this as the roof of our entire ecosystem. Let's see the exact flow of how a beneficiary successfully moves through this supported ecosystem to reach wider markets under KRA 6. Step 1 is empowering the beneficiaries through all the training and financing we just discussed. Step 2 is developing strong vertical and horizontal market linkages, literally connecting farmers to suppliers, processors, and local markets. And Step 3 is the final connection with broader market actors. It ensures that once a high-quality, halal-compliant product is ready, there is a strong, lucrative network waiting to receive it.
All right, we've covered 7 key result areas. The final piece to the framework is Section 6, an integrated ecosystem, which covers KRA 8.
Now, unlike the previous areas, KRA 8 doesn't list specific lettered goals. Instead, it serves as the foundational glue. It focuses entirely on cross-cutting themes. We're talking about integrated concepts like environmental sustainability, gender equality, and digital integration that must flow through all areas of the Institute's operations. It essentially guarantees that the other 7 KRAs don't just operate in their own little silos, but work together seamlessly as one massive, integrated machine.
So we've seen how BAFTI breaks down this monumental task into 8 highly organized key result areas. From human capital and strict accreditation to halal integration and market linkages, every single detail is engineered for transformation. But seeing the blueprint is just the beginning. I'll leave you with this to consider. When this fully realized, culturally responsive ecosystem is operating at peak capacity, how will this 8-pillar framework redefine the future of agriculture, not just for the Bangsamoro region, but as a potential model for the world? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.